what are your thoughts on how businesses kind of navigate that dichotomy where we have one hand where you want to be a regulatory superpower, very cumbersome, heavy-handed kind of regulations that people have to meet, and then the United States, where it's not quite that. I feel like you've probably heard this phrase in cyber and compliance, where it's like the high water mark. I feel like people have to kind of build to the high water mark just because you have to meet that, right? And you can't have, it's not economically feasible for most to have like, multiple product lines, one for the EU, one for the US, one for it's hard to do that at scale. I'm just, how do you navigate that as an organization?
Well, it is possible to do. I have not seen it, but I know that Microsoft sells Azure on a DVD or a series of DVDs, where if you want to just install the entirety of Azure, you think the Exchange administrators have got a bad day, right? The on-premises Exchange, the on-premises Azure people, oh, wow, you forgot to patch your Azure today. And threat actors make a heyday out of it. That's not going to be fun as a job. And I think that's the challenge, is if you're Microsoft, you can probably create a bespoke product for a limited market and say, cool, you don't want to buy our cloud. Here, you can install it in your own data center. Funny story, I also know a gentleman in the Netherlands, which is famously below sea level, and they're looking at how do they build data centers again? Because that's what they need, because they can't buy anybody else's cloud because of laws, and they're having a bad time. I think the challenge for companies, though, is ultimately a business decision of, it's a trade-off. Like, what is the cost of building a bespoke product for a specific market compared with what is the cost of building to the high watermark compared to, sorry to say it, what's the cost of FOMO, right?